going out in the mail from Social Security on December 26th for all beneficiaries. I'm going to point out exactly what is happening here, why this is so important as it directly impacts your money, your benefits, and your finances, as well as what is Social Security sending out to everybody and why you certainly want to watch for it. Again, very, very important for a variety of reasons, and it's going to be arriving very, very soon in the mailboxes of about 75 million beneficiaries. I also do have this article right here, which I will be popping up on the screen in just a second, so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about right here. And obviously, I will point out the key details here in this article as well, as far as what you need to know and what you also need to watch for. Now, we're going to be talking about Social Security, your monthly benefit, and also the $2,000 stimulus check. Yes, I'm going to allude to that as well in this video. Not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it, but this information and what you're receiving out of Social Security here in a matter of days is also going to be directly related to, again, the $2,000 stimulus payment that we've heard out of the president so many times over the last month and a half or so, give or take a little bit, since he originally talked about it way back on November 9th, which was actually about a month, almost 2 months ago. Yeah, a month and a half or so, give or take a little bit. Anyway, let's pop this up right here, right now. Here's this article. Feel free to read through this. I will explain the details on this. All right. So Social Security is going to be sending out documentation to all beneficiaries starting on December 26th, okay? So the information's going to be going out. It will be your SSA 1099, or if you're living overseas or outside of the country, SSA 1042S. This is your legal tax documentation from Social Security that'll go out to all beneficiaries to show and prove exactly how much Social Security paid you in the form of benefits in the year of 2025. Now, you might be thinking, I don't really give a rip. I don't file a tax return. I don't want this garbage. Why are you talking about this? Here's why it's actually very important. There's actually a few different reasons why. Number one is it points out the exact amount of money that Social Security paid you in the year of 2025. So it has to be accurate. Here's why. This information is not only being sent to you, but it's also furnished to the IRS. My point being is that when you get this information, you probably want to take a quick little scan through it to make sure that it is accurate, because if it is totally wrong and they say that they paid you significantly more than they actually did, the IRS is going to come a knocking because they want a piece of that, okay? That's number one. It'd be very highly unlikely that they make a mistake, but I'm saying mistakes do happen. Just make sure that it is accurate, and if it's not, you would need to get that corrected, okay? Again, it's highly unlikely that it's inaccurate, highly unlikely that they made a mistake, but you never know. Mistakes do happen sometimes, okay? That's number one. Now next, this is also your proof of income. Okay, so if there's ever a need for you to prove your income this coming year in 2026 for whatever reason, if you need to prove your income to somebody or to a bank, or if you're buying a car or whatever, if you need to prove your income, this would be the reason, or this would be the paperwork in which you could do that. It is official tax documentation from Social Security. You could whip this document out and say, look, here is how much I received from Social Security in the year of 2025. Very important there. Number three, if you happen to be one of the millions and millions of beneficiaries that files a tax return, well, you would need this document to get your actual dollar amount in which you received in your benefit, and you would use that to file your tax return if you are somebody that does file a tax return, okay? Next, if you happen to be one of the lucky beneficiaries that received a whole bunch of money in 2025 because of the passage of the Social Security Fairness Act, you would need to see this because you're likely going to have some tax liability. If you received all of that lump sum payment and the higher benefit in 2025, you may have a tax liability on your hand, and you certainly need to look at that information, again, supplied in this tax documentation. Next, I want to allude to this $2,000 stimulus check, by the way, okay? So we don't know if it's going to happen. I want to make that very, very clear. We do not know if this $2,000 stimulus payment is going to happen from the president. We don't know. Okay, he continues to say it's going to happen. There's some skepticism out there from a variety of sources. I don't know. Okay, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I guess we just need to take the word out of the president and all of the advisors within the administration and say, they keep coming back and say it's going to happen. So I guess we kind of need to take their word for it that it may actually be happening. Anyway, we don't know if it's going to happen, but I want to say this much. If for some weird rogue reason that we need to file a tax return in order to be eligible for it, you need this tax document in order to do that, okay? Again, in general, when it comes down to the distribution of money in the form of a dividend, a rebate, a stimulus, a distribution payment, an advance of a refundable tax credit, whatever it happens to be, in the form of these stimulus payments that are sent out to us, generally a tax return, most of the time, whether filed or not, generally doesn't matter that much if it's filed, okay? Again, you've heard me say before in other videos, it's not about filing a tax return, it's about your income. I still stand by that. It is 100% about your income. But like I said, if there's some weird rogue reason that they say, oh, you need to file a tax return in order to get it, okay, fine. If somebody typically does not file a tax return and their income would be zero on paper, then fine. I guess we need to file a tax return in order to get it. And again, I don't think that's going to be the case. But in the event that they say you need to file in order to get it, then fine. We have the tax documentation, as in your SSA 1099, your SSA 1042S. You have it at your disposal in order to accurately input the numbers into the tax return that you would need in order to do that, okay? Again, I don't foresee that being a thing. I'm just saying if they do require that, we need to be prepared and have this tax documentation. Long story short, when you get this, okay, whether you're getting the electronic version through your My Social Security account on the Social Security website, whether you get it there digitally, or you get the physical paper one delivered into your mailbox in the next month or so, when you do happen to get that, all I'm saying is that open it up, scan through it, make sure that it looks accurate. Number 2, file it somewhere safe. Just put it away somewhere safe. We all have a little safe area. Again, it could be a drawer in your kitchen. It could be a cabinet in your second room. It could be a shoebox in your closet. It literally doesn't matter. Wherever you typically keep important paperwork, wherever you keep important things like that, just stick it away. Keep it for the next year. Hold on to it. I know that a lot of times when we get these documents like this and we think, I don't file a tax return, I'm going to throw it in the garbage. That's fine. You can. I wouldn't recommend that this time, especially with all of this talk around the distribution of a $2,000 payment. This distribution, the dividend, the $2,000 stimulus check, when we hear all of this talk about it, I just think you got to have proof of your income in the event, for whatever reason, we need to be able to prove our income. And this is a perfect way to do it, is with this document. Okay, we don't know the rules. We don't know the parameters around what they're going to require in order to get the $2,000 if they do it in the first place. All I'm saying is that if they do make us jump through some hoops to get it, you absolutely want that information at your disposal immediately so we can take the necessary actions in order to get the $2,000 and not say, uh-oh, I don't know what to do here, and now you're delayed and maybe you don't get the money as quickly. I'm just saying, let's prepare ourselves. Let's position ourselves to receive money easily and quickly in the event that they want to give us money. I'm not sure about you. If they want to give us money, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to position myself in a way to get that money as fast as I possibly can. And I want to do the exact same thing for those of you in this community. Position ourselves to receive money fast and easily, right? Get yourself into a position to get money easily and fast. That's all I'm trying to say. And with this document, it puts us into that position, okay? And again, I still stand by my word that I've been saying for months now, which is it's not about filing a tax return. It's about your income. However, quick disclaimer, as always, this is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. This is not professional or legal advice in any way, shape, or form. I'm not your accountant. I'm not your CPA. Talk to your own professional. That's not me, okay? But anyway, my point being is that just be aware. It's about your income. As a fixed income beneficiary, by default, your income is below the thresholds in which they generally put in place to make somebody eligible for that payment. And this document you're going to get from Social Security that is being mailed out on the 26th is going to be basically your proof saying, look, you know, this is my income. I'm way below the threshold. Okay, this is your proof. You need to have proof. Okay, make sense? Anyway, I hope this helps you. As always, happy holidays. If you have not done so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. 100% free. Big subscribe button right down below the video. Please share the video. Let's get this out to other people so they can also be very aware of this information. 75 million people that receive any money out of Social Security will be furnished this documentation in the coming days here, okay? Otherwise, please share the video. Big share button down below. Please subscribe. Big subscribe button down below. Otherwise, stay tuned. Again, happy holidays. Leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. I will jump on a dedicated video or live stream as I see fit. Otherwise, hope this helps you. Take care. And I'll look forward to seeing you again soon in the next video. I'll see you later. See ya.